at the Cambridge Centre for Computing History and we're at an Acorn meeting, and today we'll start off by looking at the MK14, the precursor to the Acorn Atom, and then the BBC Micro. So we're in the main room, and as you can see it's quite early and they're just setting up for the day's events, and already you can see there's quite a number of BBC Micros out, and as you can tell they're still trying to sort things out for the day's events ahead. As well as BBC Micros that you can see here, there's also some quite unusual machines such as this black Acorn Atom, and it's with a period monitor and an old copy of Acorn User. And as you look down the side of the museum, there's quite a few Acorn Archimedes machines and their related hardware on display. And as we move around, you come to this unusual display of BBC's Live in Kicking program, which was rendered and graphics were produced on Acorn Archimedes hardware. As you can see here, you can see Philippa Forrester doing her piece to camera, and then the graphics that these machines produced. And these machines were around from sort of the late 1980s through to the mid 1990s. Now, as you can see, the computers also attract children of all ages. You can see here them playing games on the BBC Micros, and they seem to be enjoying themselves with their mums and dads. And as you might notice with the BBC Micros, there's quite a lot of micro Vitek Cub monitors around, but there's also this Raspberry Pi RISC machine running here, which shows you that the basic OS and operating system seems to be being used today. And as I say, there's more disk drive version BBCs and more micro Vitek Cub monitors. But as you can see, there's quite a range of BBCs on display, and they're all here for people to use and look at, including this early Proton developing system, which was used then to go on to produce the BBC Micro. And as we look around at more BBC Micros and their associated programs and hardware, you can see that there was a lot of interest, especially from the BBC, because of their Micro Live and computer programs that they did based around the BBC Micro itself. Don't forget the Acorn Electron, which is still part of the family, including the American version of the BBC Micro, which is here. And then we move on to the Acorn Communicator, which is often overlooked and quite a rare machine today. And don't forget the BBC Master, which was the upgraded 8-bit BBC Micro, which was used in a lot of schools throughout the late 1980s as well. And it's one of the probably more forgotten BBCs, and we're now looking at the Acorn RISC machine, one of the early prototype boards, which went on to develop the Archimedes range of computers, of which we're looking at now. Okay, so running Elite, which is a very popular game on any platform, especially the BBC Micros and Acorn Archimedes platforms. And the Acorn Archimedes is a platform that's been around since early 1987, which is quite a long time now, and they produce various models for schools, business and home use. And here's one just showing off its graphics capabilities, which for its time was very advanced, and not many machines could touch this kind of graphics work on any platform. So they were quite advanced machines when they were brought out, and as I said, they produced various models for business, pleasure and education use. And now we're heading to the smaller room. You can see there's projects. This is where a lot of the projects are displayed and shown off to the public or people who are interested in them, including this very special machine, which I'll let the owner tell you about. That's interesting. Do you build that yourself? Or?
Yes, I did.
Oh, okay. So how long did it take you to build it?
How long it took? 2 months.
What's it based on? Anyway?
You know the Acorn Atom? Okay, that was the basis.
Right, so you've re-engineered it, kind of took the schematics of it, or?
Yeah, but this is the second rebuild.
Right, okay.
I did one in 2013, 14 and 15. That had the real 6502 CPU.
So what's it running now?
Now it's on FPGA.
Oh, okay. So
the FPGA has the 6502 processor, the 6847 video generator.
right, okay. So it's all on one chip now.
Sit audio.
Oh, okay. So what made you decide to do it? Because it's quite a big project to re-engineer it.
In 2014, I had an Atom that was falling apart. It was not stable.
Yeah.
And we already had a replacement for the 6847 with a Godel. That's a small module, also FPGA based.
Right, okay.
And it goes into the socket of the 6847.
Right.
But that Atom was not running stable. So I decided to create a new main board with modern components.
Oh, basically your own design, this one, is it? Yeah. That's cool.
This is the previous main board.
Ah, right.
The CPU, RAM, ROM, two CPLDs for decoding logic, instead of all those 74 ICs.
And is it 100% compatible as well, is it?
It is 100% compatible.
Wow. Okay, that's cool. That's much.
You can still run Snapper on it.
That's what everyone falls back to, isn't it? Can it run Snapper? Wow. And it does, yeah. As you can see, the Acorn computers still have quite a busy scene. They have people who are quite dedicated to keeping these machines running. So I hope you enjoyed this look at the Acorn world. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if you enjoyed this, and thank you for listening. Goodbye.